All right, welcome to Exus the Podquest. This is a rule of three show again, where we talk about things from science and religion and philosophy. Not exactly in that order, but sometimes in that order. Who knows? We'll see how today goes. I'm going to start out as I normally do, as I always do, with a quote of the day. And here we go. There are two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. And that's by Albert Einstein. And I know and I've said this a lot. I take a lot of quotes from Albert Einstein, but it's Albert Einstein. So what do you say about that? I mean, how can you say, well, you can't use another quote from Albert Einstein? No, I can use a lot of quotes from Albert Einstein. Probably all of them could be from him. Anyway, despite that, he's saying here that there are two ways to live your life. Okay, one, everything is a miracle, and that's great. Two, nothing's a miracle. That's great too. Okay, but I'm going to suggest that we keep our minds active and open, and especially as we go forward, ever forward on this show, that there could be a third option, another way to live your life that is not that everything is a miracle or that nothing is a miracle, but something different. And I'll get to that as we go, as we proceed with different shows. Just a little bit today about that, and maybe some groundwork there. I'm going to start out with our first topic, and that topic is going to be cosmic evolution. The baby problem. And again, this is not what you think. Let's say 6 months ago or so, my nephew and his wife had a baby. They welcomed a new child into the world. And when I first heard about that, I was like, of course, overjoyed, but knowing it was coming, I still was overjoyed. But I wrote them a text to welcome their child into the world. And her name is Everly, by the way. What a cool name. They call her Evie. I wrote to Everly. I wrote a text to them saying, hey, welcome. And this, I'm going to read to you the text that I wrote to them. And this is it really traces all of the things that had to happen before Everly could become a baby in this world. And of course, not the stuff between my nephew and his wife. There's that, of course. But I'm talking about going all the way back. Go all the way back to the beginning, from the very start of the universe, Big Bang, all of that stuff, whatever you might believe, all the way forward, and all the things that had to happen before Everly could become a child in this world. And it gets a little bit long, and it gets a little bit fast as I go through this, because I want to see, there's a pace that I got to build up. But try and stay with me on it, and you're going to get the point anyway. And you might not catch all the words, but you'll get the point, and I'm hoping, of course, that you'll get the larger point at the end. All right. So here's the text that I wrote to my nephew and his wife. Ready? Here we go. Stage 1: potential, something, motion, order, formation, stars, heavy elements, supernovas. Heavy elements travel throughout the cosmos. Stage 2: motion, order, formation, suns, satellites, solar systems, our solar system, Earth, Moon. Precise development of prebiotic environments, primordial soup or thermodynamic vents within oceans. Stage 3: motion, order, formation, energy strikes, biology, ecology. Heavy elements encounter prebiotic environments on Earth, and primordial life emerges. Stage 4: prokaryotes, eukaryotes, multicellular organisms, macroscopic life, biological evolution. Stage 6: animal life, plant life, mammals, common ancestor, pre-humans, ancient human life, early human life. Stage 6: pre-civilization, hunting, gathering, tool making, extinction events, pre-modern human life, ice ages, modern human life. Stage 7: civilization, exploration, colonization, culture, diversity, advanced tool making, writing. Stage 8: socializing, romancing, intimacy, great-grandparents, grandparents, parents, children. Stage 9: children, adulthood, romance, marriage, intimacy. Stage 10: Everly. All right? After you get through all of that, friends and family, their reaction to Everly's entrance into the world? Oh, a baby. That's cool. Like, really? Is that's the introduction. That's the expression of awe over all of this. I mean, you go back, any one of the steps, any one of the stages with all the various things that I read through here, and I'm sure it's obviously much more intricate than that. Any one of those things if they didn't happen, there'd be no Everly. Okay, I mean, you go back at the very beginning, the potential of everything, and it explodes and becomes, a creation event, let's call it. And if that didn't happen, obviously, no Everly. If there's no stars and heavy elements and supernovas, if all of that didn't happen, if like all the heavy elements didn't get churned about and created within the incubator of stars, there'd be no Everly. Okay. Stage 2 and 3 and 4. I mean, if all of that development didn't take place, there wasn't the Earth, there wasn't the moon or formation, there's no energy strikes, there's no eukaryotes, whatever it is, if one of those things didn't happen, there's no Everly. And yet what we say is, oh wow, how cool is that? It's a baby. And I know I'm guilty of it too. I'm sitting here saying, oh, well, we should be, like absolutely bowled over and overjoyed about a baby and just, viewing it from a cosmic heritage standpoint. And I'm guilty of it too, where I say, oh, wow, that's really good. And there's a lot of work involved. And you got to, you're dealing with, a lot of life changes, etc. And you're like, okay. But in reality, if we look back and say, oh my goodness, go back to Albert Einstein and his, is it a miracle or is it not a miracle? I mean, wow, what can you say? I mean, it's just an extraordinary culmination of all of these things. And we are kind of like, well, yeah, okay, it's a baby. I mean, have we lost that sense of cosmic heritage when we look at the baby? I mean, at a baby like that, and that's our reaction. I mean, maybe I'm making way more out of it than it is. I know that you can go back, you can go and look at quotes, which I'm a big quote guy, as everyone knows, and you can see that there are lots of quotes that are like, oh my goodness, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened, having a baby. But outside of that realm, you really don't see it. And I'm wondering, maybe I'm making more out of it than it is. I'd love to know your thoughts on that. Am I like going a little bit too far and saying, well, we're losing our cosmic heritage, etc. Maybe we're not. Maybe it's just like, okay, it's a baby. Pretty much, not everybody, but certainly lots and lots of people can have babies. And maybe because of that commonplaceness of it, maybe I'm just going a little too far. Let me know. I'd love to know your thoughts on that. Is this something that I'm doing too much of? Go to the website. Start there at exusthepodquest.com. I'd love to have your interaction on the website. Let us know your comments there. Also, when you're done there, come back here. Go back to the YouTube. Click like, because you got to like this this video. Hopefully you do, and even if you don't, still click like. But also give us your comments there. The comment section is wide open. Would love to know your thoughts on it. Love to have your comments. So that would be fantastic. Again, website, YouTube, like, subscribe. The more people, the better. And also the comments, it'll be fantastic. You guys go there, and we will be going ever forward.